Thank you for purchasing the Janome Memory Craft 9700 sewing machine. This is Janome's latest computerized embroidery sewing machine featuring Janome's patented built-in embroidery carriage, ATA PC card compatibility, and a 4096 color high-quality LCD touch panel, to name just a few of the amazing features. Use your ATA PC card to transfer and save designs from various sources via your personal computer. Edit and combine them to create designs with your own personal touch. We're certain that you'll be glad you chose a Janome and that it will give you many years of creative pleasure. Let's now take a look at the operating instructions. Chapter 1. Before you sew. Getting to know your machine will enhance your sewing experience. In Chapter 1, let's begin by setting up your machine. Connecting the power. This product is equipped with a worldwide auto voltage power system that operates on a range from 100 to 240 volts, enabling the machine to be used anywhere in the world. Before connecting the machine to the power supply, be sure to turn the power switch off. Connect the power supply and foot control cables to the machine and insert the plug into the power outlet, then turn the power switch on. Essential parts of your machine. Spool pin holds spools of thread to feed thread to the machine. Bobbin winder spindle, a holder for bobbins when winding. Thread cutter, conveniently located for ease of use. Hook cover plate, removed to insert bobbins. Needle threader, push down to set the position for automatically threading the needle. Thread take-up lever for fastening needle thread. Turn the hand wheel to control the needle bar and thread take-up lever. Function buttons and speed control slider. The four major function buttons and speed control slider are conveniently grouped together for easy access while sewing. Press the Start-Stop button to start or stop the machine. Red indicates that the machine is running, and green that it is stopped. For ordinary sewing, the Start-Stop button cannot be used when the foot control is connected. When pattern numbers 1, 2, 6, or 7 has been selected, press the reverse button and the machine will sew in reverse. Press the auto lock button at the end of a line of seam and the machine will immediately lock the stitch off and stop automatically. For pattern numbers other than 1, 2, 6, and 7, pressing the reverse button will result in the machine locking the stitch in place and stopping immediately. In the case of the auto lock button, the machine will sew to the end of the pattern being sewn, then lock the stitch off and stop automatically. Press this button to raise or lower the needle. This sets the maximum sewing speed for ordinary sewing. Slide the lever to the right to increase the speed or to the left to decrease the speed. During embroidery sewing, the sewing speed is automatically controlled regardless of the position of the speed control slider. Winding the bobbin. Before beginning to sew, it is necessary to wind and set a bobbin as well as thread the machine. For ordinary sewing, you can use an upper thread as a bobbin thread. Lightweight bobbin thread is required for optimum thread tension for embroidery sewing. We recommend Janome bobbin threads as they are specifically manufactured to meet the needs of Janome embroidery machine. To wind the bobbin, first open the top cover and lift up the spool pin. Place a spool of thread on it with the thread coming off the spool as demonstrated. Attach the spool holder to hold the spool firmly in place. 2 spool holders are included as standard accessories. The larger holder is used with ordinary spools and the small holder for small spools. If you need to wind a bobbin while sewing, use the additional spool pin so you don't need to unthread the machine to wind the bobbin. Insert the additional spool pin into the spool holder and the opening on the machine, then place the felt and spool of thread on it. Hold the thread and slip it through the slit in the thread guide. Draw the thread around and to the back of the thread guide, following the dashed arrow on the guide plate. Insert the end of the thread through the hole in the bobbin from the inside. Put the bobbin on the bobbin winder spindle and push it to the right. The visual touch screen will indicate that the machine is in bobbin winding mode. Holding the free end of the thread in place with your hand, push down on the foot control or press the Start/Stop button. Stop the machine when the bobbin has made several turns and trim the thread close to the bobbin. Push the foot control down or press the Start/Stop button again. When the bobbin is fully wound, it will stop automatically. Release the foot control or press the Start/Stop button to stop the motor running. Return the bobbin winder spindle to the left and remove the bobbin. Cut the thread with the thread cutter on the machine. Place the bobbin in the bobbin holder so that the thread unwinds counterclockwise. Draw out the thread and slip it into the notch on the front. Gently pull the thread to the left through the tension spring blades until the thread slips into the notch on the side. Draw the free end of the thread to the back, leaving a 6-inch tail. Reattach the hook cover plate. For your convenience, a threading diagram is shown on the hook cover plate. Threading the machine. Place a spool of thread on the spool pin and fix it firmly in place with the spool holder. Raise the presser foot and press the up-down needle button twice to raise the needle to its highest position. Each threading point is clearly marked with a number indicating its order in the threading sequence. Hold the thread and slip it down into the slit marked number 1. Then thread the machine following the numbers until number 5. Then slip the thread around the hook on the left to the needle bar. The built-in needle threader. Push the needle threader down as far as it will go. A hook will come out through the needle eye from behind. Draw the thread down around the threader guide and under the hook. Release the threader slowly while holding the end of the thread with your hand. Raise the presser foot lifter. Draw the thread under the presser foot and hold it with your finger. To draw up the bobbin thread, press the up-down needle button twice. While holding the end of the needle thread, pull the needle thread to lift up a loop of the bobbin thread. Pass the needle thread through the split in the foot and draw it together with the bobbin thread to the back of the machine, leaving a 6-inch free thread. Adjusting the thread tension. The Memory Craft 9700 contains an automatic tension system. However, depending on the fabric and/or type of thread, the tension should be adjusted manually. You can adjust the thread tension by turning the tension dial. If the thread tension is adjusted properly, the needle and bobbin thread meet in the middle of the fabric. If the bobbin thread shows on the right side of the fabric, reduce the tension by turning the tension dial to a lower number. If the needle thread forms loops and the stitches look shaggy on the wrong side, increase the tension by turning the dial to a higher number. Chapter 2. Mode Selection Keys. There are 5 mode selection keys on the right of the visual touchscreen: the ordinary sewing mode key, embroidery mode key, open file key, my setting key, and the help key. The ordinary sewing mode key. Select the ordinary sewing mode for over 100 utility and decorative stitches, as well as for block monogramming. The embroidery mode key. In this mode, you can sew embroidery designs from various sources. The open file key. This key allows you to access the programmed pattern combinations in the ordinary sewing mode or embroidery designs saved in the embroidery mode. My setting key. Press the My setting key. This allows you to customize the machine's settings, including screen contrast, sewing light options, and other settings to suit your preferences. Let's take a look at how to change the settings. Screen contrast, sound control, eco mode. In the eco mode, the screen will go dark and the sewing light will turn off. When you touch the screen, the last displayed screen will be shown and the light will turn on. By pressing the plus or minus keys, the timer can be set for between 1 and 30 minutes. Inch/millimeter settings. Let's proceed to the next page by pressing the next page key. Key position adjustment. By pressing this key, you can calibrate the touchscreen. Free arm length. This is a unique function allowing you to use the full length of the free arm. The carriage returns to its original position when you press the key again. Embroidery speed adjustment. By pressing the plus or minus key, you can select the maximum embroidery sewing speed at 400, 500, or 650 stitches per minute. Sewing light on/off. Press the next page key to move to the final page. Thread selection. The color code of the selected brand will be shown on the color or part key along with the name of the color. Format keys. You can erase stored files completely by pressing Yes to the right of the built-in memory or ATA PC card keys. A protected PC design card will not be affected. Before erasing the files, make sure to make a backup copy because once you erase the files, there is no way to recover them. Reset all to defaults. This allows you to reset your machine to the same settings as when you purchased it, except for the language setting. Register. After setting your preferences, press the Register key. If you press the Return key, your machine will return to the previous screen without registering the settings. The Flag tab. To change the language of the display, press the Flag tab. You can select from 11 languages. The Quick Help Mode key. The Help mode shows you useful tips on basic operations of the machine. Chapter 3. Ordinary Sewing. First, open the Ordinary Sewing mode by pressing the Mode Selection button. There are 105 stitch patterns as well as block monogramming available in the Ordinary Sewing mode. These patterns are classified into 5 groups. To select a pattern, simply press the pattern icon key on the visual touchscreen. The selected pattern will be shown in the window along with the recommended machine setting and foot. The MemoryCraft 9700 is programmed to optimize the stitch length and width. Utility stitches. The utility stitches consist of 12 patterns for seaming, overcasting, blind hemming, and other useful stitches. However, you can adjust the stitch length and width to suit your specific sewing needs. Press the Adjust key to open the adjusting window. The preset value will be displayed. To alter the setting, press the plus or minus key below the property you wish to change. For the straight stitches, you can move the needle drop position by pressing the plus or minus key on the left. Buttonholes. The buttonhole section offers 7 styles of buttonholes: button sewing, an automatic darning stitch, a tacking stitch, and an eyelet stitch. To make a buttonhole, first place a button on the back of the automatic buttonhole foot and push the holder to grasp the button. The buttonhole length will be determined automatically. Attach the buttonhole foot. Pass the needle thread through the hole of the foot and draw both threads to the left. Place the fabric under the foot. Pull the buttonhole lever down as far as it will go. Then continue pushing down on the foot control or pushing the Start-Stop button to sew a buttonhole. The machine will stop automatically when the buttonhole is complete. Satin stitches. Pattern numbers 25 to 34 are satin stitches that can be used for decorative stitching and border trimming. You can elongate the pattern to up to 5 times the original pattern length while maintaining the stitch density by pressing the Adjust key. Decorative stitches. The 7-page decorative stitch section contains various patterns. Some utility stitches are also included as programmable patterns in this section. Any of the satin and decorative stitch patterns, including a blank space and the locking stitch, can be programmed to create a pattern combination. Press the Program key, then select as many patterns as you wish to combine. The selected patterns will be programmed as a pattern combination series. You can also combine a mirror image of the desired pattern by pressing the mirror image key. Monogramming. Press the monogram key to open the monogramming page. A letter or number will appear in the upper window of the visual touchscreen each time you press the corresponding letter key. Select from numbers, upper and lowercase letters, European accented letters. And you can also select the letter size. Just enter the text and you are ready to sew a monogram. Pressing the magnifier key enlarges the letter number keys to make entry easier. Press the return key to go back to the previous screen. Saving and opening a file. Programmed pattern combinations and monogramming can be saved in the built-in memory or in an ATA PC card inserted in the machine's card slot. Press the File Save key to open the Save mode. Select the file from the built-in memory or an ATA PC card. The file will be named automatically starting from M001, or you can name the file yourself by pressing the File Name key. For example, let's call the file Janome. To save the file, press the OK key. To open a file that you have saved, press the Open File key at the right side of the visual touchscreen. A window will appear. You can see the file Janome you just saved. Press the OK to open the file. Twin needle sewing. Some utility and decorative stitches can be sewn with a twin needle. Be sure to turn the power off before changing the needle. Change the needle to the twin needle that is included in the standard accessories. Press the twin needle key to limit the maximum stitch width to 3 mm. When sewing with a twin needle, use the additional spool pin to hold an additional spool of thread. Thread the machine in the same way as a single needle up to the needle thread guide. Separate the two threads and slip each thread individually behind the right and left thread guides, then thread each needle by hand. Please note that in this case the automatic needle threader cannot be used and stitches not suitable for twin needle sewing will gray out. Please note that the combination stitches and the save function also cannot be used in the twin needle setting. Chapter 4. Embroidery Sewing. Preparation. First, it is necessary to change the foot. Turn off the power switch. Loosen the thumb screw and remove the foot holder. Attach the embroidery foot P on the presser bar from behind and tighten the thumb screw to secure the foot. Reduce the foot pressure to 2. Embroidery hoops. 2 different sizes of embroidery hoops and 2 templates for use with embroidery hoops are provided with your memory craft. Embroidery hoop A is the standard size 12.6 centimeters by 11 centimeters or 5 inches by 4.3 inches. Embroidery hoop B is a large size 20 centimeters by 14 centimeters or 7.9 inches by 5.5 inches. All embroidery projects require stabilizing. Stabilizing your fabric gives optimum results to your projects and minimizes the chance of thread jamming. Attaching the embroidery hoop to the machine. Use hoop A. Be sure that the hoop is the right side up. The correct side of the inner hoop is embossed with R and L. Loosen the screw on the outer hoop. Lay the prepared fabric and place the inner hoop with a template on it. Insert them into the outer hoop. Tighten the screw on the outer hoop and stretch the fabric. Make sure the fabric is stretched and drum tight in the hoop. To attach the embroidery hoop to the machine, turn the attaching knob until it is parallel with the hoop. Then set it on the carriage by fitting the pins into the carriage holes. Turn the attaching knob clockwise. Always check that there is sufficient clearance for the embroidery carriage behind your machine before starting the machine. Chapter 5. Embroidery Sewing. Embroidery Mode. To select the embroidery mode, press the embroidery mode key. It is unnecessary to use the drop feed lever since the machine will automatically drop the feed dog when it switches over to the embroidery mode. There are 5 categories in the embroidery mode: built-in designs, monogramming, ATA PC card, card reader 10,000, and editing. Built-in designs. Your Memory Craft provides you with 95 ready-to-sew built-in designs. Press the built-in design key to open the pattern selection window. To view the next page, press the next page key. Press the pattern selection key to select the pattern you wish to sew. Let's select the pattern number 6. The stitch image and each colored section of the design will be displayed on the screen, along with the sewing time in minutes, number of thread colors required, the size of the design, foot and hoop size. On the lower part of the screen, there are 4 jog keys. Use the jog keys to precisely adjust the hoop position, matching the needle drop position with the center of the design. Pressing the tracing key causes the hoop to move and trace the outline of the selected design so that you can check the sewing position without stitching. Now you are ready to sew the embroidery pattern. Lower the presser foot and press the Start-Stop button. After sewing several stitches, stop the machine, trim the thread and press the Start-Stop button again. The machine will sew the first color section and stop automatically when it has finished. Change the thread to the next color and start the machine again. The stitch count and stitch back and forward keys are very useful when the thread runs out or breaks during sewing. You can move the hoop to where the thread has broken or run out. Every time you press the stitch back or stitch forward key, the hoop moves 10 stitches in that direction. Monogram sewing. In the Monogram selection window, you can program words by pressing the alphabet keys directly. Select from 3 fonts and 2-letter and 3-letter monograms. Delete a character by moving the cursor under it and pressing the Delete key. The cursor can be moved to the left and right with the cursor keys. Add letters by moving the cursor key to the desired position and pressing the letter. Letter size key. Select from large, medium, and small letters. Use the horizontal-vertical function to choose a horizontal or vertical orientation. It will allow you to fit in more characters when using the B hoop. Save your monogram by pressing the File Save key. Please see the Ordinary Sewing section for more details about saving files. Magnifier key. Pressing the magnifier key enlarges the letter number keys to make entry easier. OK key. After creating your monogram, press this key to confirm your selections. PC Design Cards, optional item. In addition to the built-in embroidery designs, there are hundreds of attractive designs available from the optional PC Design Card library. Please check our website at www.janome.com for the latest PC Design Card releases. The MemoryCraft 9700 is compatible with ATA PC cards, which can be used to save original designs created in the editing mode and also to transfer design data between the MemoryCraft 9700 and your PC. The ATA PC card consists of an adapter and compact flash. To open the design files, insert the card into the slot of the MemoryCraft 9700. Press the PC Card tab in the Embroidery mode to display the designs contained in the card. Press the desired pattern. Card Reader 10,000, optional item. If you have memory cards for the MemoryCraft 9000 or 5700, you can import the designs from a memory card via the Card Reader 10,000. The Card Reader 10,000 and the special RS-232C cable are available as optional accessories. Open the small cover located on the bottom right end of the machine. Insert the round connector into the RS-232C port on the machine, then insert the pin and jack into the Card Reader 10,000. An AC adapter is unnecessary as a special cable supplies power directly from the machine. Insert the Janome memory card into the Card Reader 10,000 and press the Card Reader key while in the embroidery mode. The designs contained in the memory card will be displayed on the screen. Choose the design you wish to sew. Please note that monogram card numbers 101, 105, and 108 are not readable. The editing mode. The editing function allows you to modify and combine embroidery patterns from the built-in memory, ATA cards, PC design cards, or Janome memory cards to create your own original designs. Press the Edit key to open the editing screen. The hoop selection window opens to allow you to select the hoop, standard A, round F, large B, or free arm C. the round embroidery hoop F, and the free arm hoop C are optional accessories. Press the OK key and the editing screen showing the selected hoop will open. Press the built-in memory, monogramming, ATA card, PC design card, or card reader key to choose an embroidery design. Choose the pattern number 6 in the built-in memory. To move the embroidery pattern on the editing screen, press and drag the pattern to a desired location with your fingertip or move it on the screen with the layout keys. Do not drag the pattern on the screen with a sharp or pointed object. When the Cancel key is pressed, all of the changes made on the screen will be cancelled. When the Size key is pressed, the size adjusting window will appear. The size of the embroidery patterns can be changed from 90% to 120% in 10% intervals each time the plus or minus key is pressed. Press the OK key after resizing. You can flip the embroidery design vertically or horizontally to create mirror image designs by pressing the mirror image keys. The embroidery design can be rotated by 45 degrees clockwise each time the rotation key is pressed. When the Delete key is pressed, the selected pattern will be deleted. Press the magnifier key to enlarge the image of the selected pattern. Press the Return key to go back to the previous screen. You can save your original embroidery designs in the built-in memory or in an ATA PC card inserted in the machine's card slot. Saving and opening a file is exactly the same as in the ordinary sewing mode. Chapter 6. Embroidery Sewing, Creating an Original Design. Now, let's try to make an original design using the editing functions. Press the Edit key to select the editing mode. Select the B hoop. Press the built-in design key, then press the Next Page key and select pattern number 42. Drag it to the upper left corner. Press the built-in design key, then select pattern number 42 again. Press the horizontal flip key, then press the Rotate key twice to rotate the design 90 degrees. Next, drag the pattern to the lower right corner. Press the Monogram key and select the script font. Enter M in uppercase and EMORY in lowercase letters, then press OK. Press the Rotate key twice to rotate the word 90 degrees and adjust the position. Press the Monogram key again and enter C in uppercase and RAFT in lowercase letters, then press OK. Press the Rotate key twice to rotate the word 90 degrees. Adjust the position of the words. Press the Save File key if you wish to save the design for future use in the built-in memory or an ATA PC card. It will be saved as a single pattern file. If you wish to sew the design, press the OK key. Care and maintenance. Before carrying out any maintenance or cleaning, be sure to turn off the machine and disconnect it from the power supply. It is a good idea to change a needle after approximately 8 hours of sewing or when starting a new project. For embroidery sewing, Janome provides the blue tip needle. Blue tip needle, size number 11, included in the accessories, is suitable for a wide range of embroidery sewing. To change the needle, loosen the needle clamp screw and remove the needle. Insert a new needle with a flat side facing back. Push the needle up against the stopper and tighten the needle clamp screw securely with a screwdriver. Cleaning the machine. It is recommended that the hook area be cleaned at least once a month. Slide the hook cover plate release button to the right and remove the hook cover plate. Take the bobbin out from the bobbin holder. Remove the screw on the needle plate. Remove the needle plate and take out the bobbin holder. Clean the feed dog and hook race with a lint brush. Wipe the bobbin holder and inside of the hook race with a soft dry cloth. Replace the bobbin holder in the hook race, making sure the knob fits next to the stopper of the hook race. Attach the needle plate and secure it with the screw. Insert the bobbin and attach the hook cover plate. Never use Benzol or other chemical solvents for cleaning the outside of the machine. Wipe the machine using a soft cloth soaked in warm water and neutral detergent. When carrying or storing the Memorycraft 9700, ensure that the embroidery carriage arm is fully retracted to avoid damage from impact with the cover or during transportation. Turn on the machine to retract the arm, then proceed to turn off the machine. Store your machine in a cool, dry place. Enjoy your Memorycraft 9700.